Hello. Beep, 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 beep. Morning. Right here. Got one for you here. We're going to have a quick look at this morning. Across public life, animosity towards trans people is becoming overt. Now, this particular piece of moaning, moaning comes from the Herald in Scotland. Now, what there's been some kind of... There's been an award thing going on, right? Where there was one group that were doing muscular dystrophy. Good for them, right? There was another group that got rid of the not proven verdict. I don't understand that. So I'm not going to get in the legal reads with that one. But the third one is for Women in Scotland, who won the award, right? Before I keep going, please do follow and subscribe if you can. Subscribe on Twitter, subscribe here, buy me a coffee, or if you want to, drop me a line and join us in the Warrior Teacher Programme next year. This is utterly bizarre. It's the most bizarre article. But go and have a read, because as usual, it is, of course, down in the Dewberries, so that you can see what on earth is going on, right? Okay, so this is a person who's unhappy, right? Because they've got, look at this particular bit here, right? The campaign's aim, which is the For Women Scotland, who got us the definition of sex clarified so we can exclude gusset fumblers and wispy bearded women, right? This campaign's aim is to ensure that cis women. This is a handmaiden, right? Right in this cis women, one whose gender identity aligns with her birth sex, and trans women will be treated differently for all purposes. Well, they mean man. We're going to treat men differently, right? Right, then they're moaning. Others like me saw this as fundamentally counter to decades of equalities and human rights progress. Did you really? Why? This is. I mean, is it this sort of stuff starting to look more and more bizarre when you read it? It's just bizarre. So she said, objectively, yes, For Women in Scotland's campaign was successful in that they succeeded in getting what they wanted at the Supreme Court. But successful is clearly subjective here. Clearly subjective. This is a person who can't understand the objective reality of male and female, and she thinks that the win is subjective. This is your brain on queer theory. You, love, you listening? This is your brain on queer theory. The ruling of the Supreme Court in April and the resulting proposed code of practice have been heavily criticised. Yes, they have been heavily criticised by me, one person, because it doesn't go quite far enough in getting these gusset fumblers and wispy bearded women out of spaces and doing things that they shouldn't be doing. But several bodies, she says here, including the UK, including the UN, and Council of Europe Commissioner for Human Rights, you're not going to listen to a word they said, and of all people, Transactual, who've released a report detailing how this negatively impacted trans and cis people. I don't care. Do you care? Let me know in the comments. This kind of stuff's starting to feel a bit anachronistic. Don't ask me why, but it does. And then she says, there is no clarity, no conversation around inclusion, only blanket exclusion. Let's get this absolutely straight, shall we, so that most people can understand, and certainly will understand where I'm coming from. I'm a fan of exclusion, right? It's time to practice far more exclusion. I'm a fan of excluding people from jobs and roles they shouldn't be in because they're not competent. And I'm a fan of that because it's called meritocracy and it gives us the best. I'm a fan of excluding gusset fumblers and wispy bearded women from where they shouldn't be or doing what they shouldn't do because they're lying. They are sex frauds and they are causing serious problems for society, along with the whole belief system of trans, which comes directly from the DEI bum of gravy. Right? So I'm okay. I'm down with it. I'm down with the exclusion, madam. So they've also dubbed it a misogynist charter. I don't even know where she's going with that. Does anybody have any idea? It's like at that point she's lost the plot. Where is she? She's rocking over there in the corner. I would see a Scotland, she says. She said it would see a Scotland where most women will be excluded from facilities and service based on how they look, and likely exposed to aggressive vigilante toilet policing. That should be a film. Vigilante toilet policing. It's like these people, the group of people go around, vigilantes. Death piss. That's what they call it, wouldn't it? Death wish, but death piss. Oh, God Almighty! This is nuts. You have to read it. It's absolutely nuts. So women are going to be reduced to their vulvas and reproductive ability whilst at it. Why on earth would you think that women would be reduced to a car? Oh, vulvas. Sorry, not Volvos. Oh, boxy but good. The COP is currently in limbo. The COP, which is the sort of information about how we do it, as are many of the people the Equality Act is meant to protect. Are they? Where are all these confused people? Can you imagine Joe and Joanne Normal wandering around town with their kids in the pram, looking at each other, going, "Oh my God, I feel in such limbo about the Equality Act." As if this generally isn't the purview of a bunch of middle-class midwits, right? Okay, it just makes me laugh. Businesses and service providers, employers and workforces are at a complete loss as to how to implement the ruling. No, they aren't. Oi, Mary. Wrong toilet. But I'm a woman. No, Mary, come on, that's over. Come on. Go. In the meantime, trans people are further retreating from public life, and gender non-conforming cis women are forced to change their appearance to avoid harassment. This is utterly bonkers on every level, but it has provided me with a decent laugh this morning. This is the kind of rubbish you can expect to see now that we've got their backs against the wall to a certain degree, and it doesn't help anything. It really doesn't help anything at all to give this any credence whatsoever, but I couldn't help but read it out because it's so funny. Now, go and have a look. You have a look, and you tell me what you think, because I think it's utterly bonkers. Right, so along with that, a couple of things. Women's Rights Network book day coming up. Hey, I think Joe will be there, Joe Bartosh and a few others. So if you'd like to come along to that, please do go searching and come and see us in Manchester. And also, I believe Posey Parker is off to do an event to really sort of approach the subject of the puberty blockage. So the blockings of the puberties. So that's going to be happening in the next few days. So there'll be people going to that. I'm sure there'll be some warrior teachers there. So in any way that you can support any of the people doing the work right now to A, prevent this horrible puberty blocking trial, and B, to prevent nonsense like this from ever appearing in print again, then please do. Me, on the other hand, I'm just going to go and have a giggle with a cup of tea because I've got to read it again because it is so bonkers. I'm finding it hard to believe it actually was in the Herald. Other than that, you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you later. Ta-da, folks. Have a grand day. Bye-bye.